So far, so good. Matthew Katsowitz's critically acclaimed Haine opens with a short comedic story about a man who jumps off a skyscraper. As he falls, he repeatedly tells himself, so far, so good. La Haine follows a day in the lives of three young men living in the projects of France in the backdrop of a struggle against police brutality. The three men, Vince, Said, and Hubert, struggle in a life of poverty. With the senseless beating of their friend by the police, they are pushed forward through the unseen side of France as their day goes on. For a good portion of the runtime, the film is a comedy. It showcases the almost comedic misadventures of these three immature young men. They meet friends, travel around the city, and more, but in between each of these scenes is an underlying tension, a suspense of violence intertwined under the surface like the violence underneath the pretty surface of Paris. Each interaction the three have with the police is underlined with this tension. Each scene feels it could be the boiling point. But through all the characters see, all they go through, they never take up violence. This is most important for Vince especially, who puts on a facade of toughness to hide his immaturity. After a riot a few days before the events of the film, also, he gets his hand on a police officer's gun. He daydreams of using it, of being tough and fighting oppression, but at every chance, he can't do it, even after their friend dies in the hospital, and even after his friends are beaten by police and Nazis. By the end of the film, Vince gives the gun to Hubert. He's seen what true violence looks like, and he can't do it any longer. It looks like it'll be a relatively happy ending. So far, so good. That is, until the final minutes of the film. All the build-up finally culminates, and all the hope comes crashing down. Vince is quickly and suddenly killed by a police officer. Hubert takes up the gun to finally take a stand, but we only hear the gunshot. We don't see who gets shot. Even in a day that seems like it would end well, the suffering and oppression the people face doesn't give them that pleasure. Even in a movie where almost everything is a comedy, the final minute of the film reminds us that under oppression, life always ends in tragedy. It's not about the fall, it's about how you land.